and welcome to Morehead Today. I'm Gary Cornett, and today is Tuesday, March 1st, 2011. Morehead Today is MSU-TV's newest production, bringing you local news and events, as well as spotlighting local artists and musicians. Morehead Today can be contacted at moreheadtoday@gmail.com, and you can watch Morehead Today at youtube.com/moreheadtoday. Please check out all of the MSU-TV programming at moreheadstate.edu/MSU-TV. Today on the show, we'll hear about recent developments from Morehead State's Space Science Center. Jason McClurg has a story on the Four Seasons Quilt exhibition at the Gateway Regional Arts Center, and we'll hear about the upcoming Morehead State University Open House. Here in the studio, we have the archivist and instructor for the Kentucky Center for Traditional Music, Mr. Jesse Wells, who will tell us a little about his recent travels and play a couple of tunes. When we come back, we'll have some local news and events. Please stay tuned to Morehead Today.
Add Beaker Bucks to your Eagle card today.
Welcome back to Morehead Today. Here's a look at what's going on at Morehead. Career Services will hold their resume blitz tomorrow, Wednesday, March 2nd, from 10 a.m. until 2 p.m. in ADUC Room 202. Attendees can receive on-the-spot critiques of their resume in order to prepare for the MSU Career Fair. In addition, a one-hour workshop on resume writing will be held that day at the MSU Career Services office at 12:40 p.m. The Career Fair will take place on Tuesday, March 8th in ADUC's Krager Room from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. We've got some music coming your way this week from Morehead State. David Freeman will play a mandolin recital at 1 p.m. in Duncan Recital Hall this Sunday, March 6th, and Jonathan Adkins, a graduate student, will conduct a recital at 5 p.m. When we come back, Morehead Today's Michael Farr speaks with the MSU Space Science Center, and we'll hear about the Four Seasons Quilt exhibition. Later on the show, we're going to hear some music from Jesse Wells. Everyone stay tuned to Morehead Today. Welcome back to Morehead Today. The Morehead State University Space Science Center has enjoyed great success and publicity over the past 2 years, and their accomplishments continue with NASA's launch of KYSAT-1. This tiny satellite measures only 10 centimeters and will gather information for 3 years. The original launch date was scheduled for last week, but adverse conditions forced the delay of the launch. Michael Farr spoke with the MSU Space Science Center about the satellite.
The Morehead State Space Science Center had a recent setback with its attempt at launching KYSAT-1. I spoke with Senior Clay Graves on the issue.
So at T-minus 7 minutes to launch the other night, they actually detected an anomaly with the ground support equipment. They've been troubleshooting that for the last couple of days.
The satellite was built by students from Morehead State and the University of Kentucky. Despite the glitch, it is expected to relaunch soon.
Originally they attempted to launch the next day, but they decided due to weather and some technical problems they were having with the repair of the ground station equipment that they would push the launch to a later date. And this morning NASA issued a press release stating that the new launch time will be 2:09 Eastern, 5:09 Eastern, 2:09 Pacific on Friday, March 4th.
Dr. Ben Malthus was in California and expressed that it was disappointing for those involved, but a fact of life in the space business. Both he and Graves will be in California for the scheduled relaunch, and there will be many more planned satellite launches in the future.
We have a series of satellites after this one already planned into the pipeline. We have another launch scheduled for later this spring of the femtosatellite orbital deployers from Russia. We also have a cancer study that's going to be launched to the space station aboard a Cube Lab, probably a little bit later than that, a spring, May timeframe.
This is Michael Farr reporting for Morehead Today.
Welcome back to Morehead Today. This coming weekend, the Gateway Regional Arts Center in Mount Sterling will be the site for the Four Seasons Quilt Exhibition. Events surrounding the exhibition will take place throughout the weekend and include musical performances from Sasha Collette and the Magnolias during and after the opening reception. Morehead Today's Jason McClurg has the story.
This Friday, March 4th, the Gateway Regional Arts Center will be hosting its second annual Four Seasons Quilt Exhibition. Terry Pooley, the visual art coordinator, showed Morehead Today around the Gateway Center and gave me a preview of the exhibition.
We started about 10 years ago raising funds to renovate our present location, which was a Methodist church. Our executive director, Kay Lane, did all the fundraising, and after a time we were able to move into this present location at 101 Main Street in Mount Sterling.
Since their grand opening in 2009, the Arts Center features a new artist or exhibition every first Friday of the month.
I have always had a love of quilting, and I'm a mosaic artist myself, and I am a quilter. So when I first became the visual arts coordinator here at Gateway Regional Arts Center, I said, you know, Kentucky has a lot of different quilters. We see quilt patterns on barns or wherever we go, and I said we really need to start recognizing our regional quilters and give them a venue to display these wonderful works of art. So I thought, well, the best time to do that is the month of March, which is National Quilt Month. So why don't we coordinate an annual quilt exhibition every March.
Like all of the Gateway Regional Arts Center's exhibitions, the quilt exhibition is free to the public beginning at 4:30 on Friday afternoon and will feature a gallery talk, refreshments, and music by Sasha Collette and the Magnolias. For more information, you can contact the center at gatewayartscenter.com. If you're interested in exhibiting your work, you can contact Terry at lonetalesman@gmail.com. For Morehead Today, I'm Jason McClure.
Welcome back to Morehead Today. Coming to Morehead State University is a decision many students in our region make every year. In an effort to help students make the decision to attend our great university, MSU is offering an open house next weekend on Saturday, March 12th. Attendees will have the opportunity to meet faculty and staff, find out about student services, visit the academic departments they are interested in, take a tour of campus, and see the residence halls. For more on MSU's open house, we go to Jason McClurg.
Morehead State University's Office of Enrollment Services will host its next open house program Saturday, March 12th from 9 a.m. until noon in the Adrian Doran University Center on the Morehead campus. According to Enrollment Services, the open house events will be an excellent opportunity for students and families to discover why MSU has been named one of America's best colleges by U.S. News and World Report for the 7th year running. University representatives will be available to meet students and their families, answer questions, lead campus tours, and share information concerning college life. Our goal is to make it convenient to get answers to questions about starting college by bringing deans, department chairs, and faculty from academic programs, as well as staff from admissions, financial aid, housing, and many more services together in one place. Families will hear success stories about our graduates and learn some statistics that demonstrate the academic quality offered at MSU. On one such measure of success, MSU graduates are consistently accepted into professional schools, including medical, dental, and pharmacy programs, at rates well above state and national averages. Students and families are encouraged to register for the open house. To learn more about this event or to complete an online registration card, you may visit moreheadstate.edu/openhouse. Additional information is available by calling Enrollment Services at 606-783-2000 or 1-800-585-6781. For Morehead Today, I'm Jason McClurg.
Need a ride? Call the police and ask for the shuttle. It's free!
For those students with places to go and no car, don't forget to ride your bike. Riding your bike can be a quick way to class, and it's also an enjoyable way to ride through town. Just remember to pay attention and be safe.
Welcome back to Morehead Today. My guest today in the studios is Jesse Wells, archivist instructor for the KCTM. Thanks for coming in, Jesse.
Thanks, Gary.
So,
good to be here.
Tell us a little bit about this recent trip you just came off of.
I just spent a week or so in Blackwood, Australia, which is in the Victoria province there in the south central part of Australia.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
So what were you up to while you were down under?
Well, I was performing at the Blackwood Fiddlers Convention, which was during the weekend, and then did 2 days of master classes and workshops prior to that. So did some teaching and then performing, and
Cool.
The usual festival jamming. Really interesting to see how passionate the Australians are about American music.
Nice. So is there quite a big following for traditional type music?
Yeah, there's been a long history of the banjo in Australia. As early as the 1880s, there were 5-string banjos being played in the old frailing style even. A lot of people think of Australian their traditional music being tenor banjo, but the 5-string banjo's been there for a long time, and of course the fiddle is a big part of their traditions with their Irish and Scottish heritage and English, and also American. A lot of Americans made their way to Australia during the gold rush,
Nice.
the late 19th century.
Did you see a lot of historical knowledge of the musicians that we come to know as our own from our parts here?
Oh yeah, well they have a large respect for American traditional musicians. They are scholars of the music just as much as we are. They know all the greats, and it was really interesting because the first day, Saturday, the festival, I'd gotten news that J.P. Fraley passed away, the great Eastern Kentucky fiddler, and I told a few people there that night, and each band did a little tribute to his music. So
Wow.
They knew his music. They definitely knew who he was, but they also played his tunes. And
That's fantastic.
so yeah,
to see our music spreading so far.
Absolutely. It's
So what have you got coming up on the agenda in the future?
well, this Friday night we're playing at Summit City in Whitesburg, Kentucky.
Okay.
It's a real nice venue there on Main Street in Whitesburg, and it's actually my mom and my sister's art exhibit opening, and my dad and I are going to provide some music for that.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
Cool. Anything coming up on the Kentucky Center for Traditional Music front?
Well, we're making plans for our new facility. Construction is going to begin real soon, and then after that, about 12 months. We're hoping for early 2012 to have the grand opening.
For our viewers that don't know, the former Round County Public Library is the new site for the KCTM. How extensive will the construction be on that facility?
It'll be a complete renovation of the existing building there on First Street.
Okay.
And, it's going to be really nice to be a part of the First Street Arts District and be at opposite ends of the street from the Folk Arts Center that's already there, and the Morehead Conference Center.
Right across the street from the Moonlight Stage.
And the Moonlight Stage. And they plan to do some reworking of that area too, I've heard. So
Okay.
lots of neat things happening.
Okay. I understand that the new facilities are going to have quite the recording setup.
Yeah, we hope to have a professional grade recording studio for audio, classrooms, practice rooms for students, offices for the faculty and staff, and then a nice lobby for the public. And
Okay.
yeah. It's,
How big of performing facilities will be included?
well, during the first phase, there won't be a public performing venue.
Okay.
That's being planned for a second phase. So.
Okay.
But it is being planned. And,
Sounds good.
yeah, one step at a time.
Right on. So when can we expect completion of, I guess, the first phase of construction?
Early 2012, we hope, during the spring semester, but probably a big grand opening for the fall semester 2012.
Fantastic. Sounds good.
Yeah.
Well, hey, Jesse, thanks for coming in and talking to us today. We're going to take a break, and when we come back, I'll have you play a couple
Great.
tunes for us.
Yeah, sounds like fun.
Everybody stick around. Morehead Today. We'll be right back.
Need a ride? Call the police and ask for the shuttle. It's free!
Welcome back to Morehead Today. My guest today in the studios is Jesse Wells from the Kentucky Center for Traditional Music. What are you going to play for us today, Jesse?
I thought I'd play a J.P. Fraley tune. J.P. passed away on February 17th, and actually laid him to rest yesterday. So I'll play Margaret's Waltz, which was a tune J.P. learned from the Scottish fiddler Ali Bain. So it's a worldly tune.
Let's hear it.
Really beautiful waltz.
Welcome back to Morehead Today. Our guest in the studio today is Jesse Wells of the KCTM. What else do you have in store for us, Jesse?
Thought I'd play the Brushy Fork of Johns Creek.
Sounds good to me.
This was the fiddle tune written to commemorate the last battle of the Civil War in Kentucky. So
Let's hear it.
all right, I'll play another tune from the Civil War era. This is Zolly's Retreat.
after playing in the street. Wash your hands. Wash your hands. Wash your hands. Everybody wash your hands. 'Cause being clean is the way to be. Yeah.
Welcome back to Morehead Today. That's all the time we have this week. Thanks for watching. Thanks to Jesse Wells for coming in today. We'd like to remind you to attend the Gateway Regional Arts Center's quilt exhibition this weekend. Morehead Today can be contacted at moreheadtoday@gmail.com, and you can watch Morehead Today at youtube.com/moreheadtoday. Please check out all of the MSU-TV programming at moreheadstate.edu/MSU-TV. Next week on the show, we'll hear from John Hennon about mountaintop removal and the recently formed group Kentucky Rising. We'll also have Jen Crisp and Jill McBride of the Morehead State Transition Center to tell us more about the upcoming Meet MSU Days. On behalf of the entire staff of MSU-TV, I'm Gary Cornett, and that's what's happening in Morehead today.